Each week, Speakeasy Sports brings you, the viewers, interviews with some of your favorite Ohio Bobcats. This week, Danny and I bring you interviews with Tyler Tettleton and Gerald Moore as the Cats prepare for a big homecoming matchup with the Ball State Cardinals.
All right, Tyler, you were banged up earlier in the week. You didn't seem to really show it at all in the game against Buffalo. Do you have any problems with that going forward? Or?
No. As of right now, I'm fine. I was really sore yesterday, but throughout the whole week going into this game, I think I'll be fine. Just keep getting treatment and stuff, and just like I did last week, and I should be good. So.
The team's got 67 first downs passing the ball and 66 running the ball. Just talk about the balance of the offense.
Yeah, that's huge. That's what you look for in offense. You want to be balanced and have that balanced attack. And last week we did a great job around the ball, and that's always going to set up the pass too. So that's key for us each week is just to be balanced and first establish a run, and by doing that, that'll allow us to pass. So.
Just talk about getting Dante back and that added explosiveness that adds to your offense.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Having Dante in there, adds another weapon for us. And of course the guys behind him too did a great job stepping in and filling in for him. But having Dante back there, that's really huge. So.
Coach Solich in all his press conferences just keeps stressing your leadership and how all these guys believe in you and how you've made a mark so far this year. Just describe your leadership style.
So far it's been great, being with those guys, and they allow me to kind of more mature and be more of a leader, like you said. And it's been fun so far to be out there with them and allow them to, I guess, kind of make me that way. And it's been fun so far. So.
First couple games of the season, kind of pressure-free almost because of how good the defense played.
Yeah.
Now that they're a little banged up, do you feel a little extra pressure on yourself too?
Yeah, a little bit more. And it kind of sucks too. You put up 37 points and don't win the ball game. But each week we just got to come in and just play within ourselves and keep playing our game. And the defense, there's guys going to be stepping up on that side of the ball. That's what the coaches do. They do a great job of recruiting guys to fill in when stuff like that happens. And but yeah, you're right. We got to come in and keep putting points on the board, and I think we will. So.
All right, moving on to Ball State. You could say that they've been, at times, a very good team. At times that they've looked a little lost, very inconsistent. They beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
They lost 42-0 to Temple.
Yeah.
Just what are you expecting from Ball State this week?
They're. I said this about Buffalo. Buffalo is a lot better than what their record shows, and obviously they did. And I think we're gonna get the same thing with Ball State. It's a conference game, and each week matters. So, and Ball State knows that, and they're gonna come out and play a lot better than what their record shows. And we're gonna have a good test this week, and just like every other week, and it's gonna be a good game. So.
My last question, kind of starting to, it's only like 5 or 6 games into your career, but you're already kind of starting to lead a legacy. Came the max leader in sophomore passing yards.
Yeah.
4 more touchdowns. You're in the top 10 for passing touchdowns in Ohio history. Just talk about what that's like for you personally.
Personally, that's great. My personal goal being here, I always wanted to start, and be the guy, and that's happened. But with this happening, it's been wonderful so far. The guys around me make that possible, and I'm not big of a stats guy and stuff, so I don't really let that go to my head or anything. It's all about the wins and stuff, and I'm just glad that we have a winning record right now, and we're on pace to still reach our goal, and that's to get the MAC championship and win that. So.
And I know one of those goals was to remain undefeated in the MAC,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that the chances of still getting to the MAC championship are over. Do you see a little bit of a benefit maybe flying under the radar like Miami did kind of last year and like sneak into the MAC game? Do you find that a little bit of a benefit to you guys?
Yeah, a little bit. I guess now, it takes the target off our back a little bit, but at the same time, everybody's even right now, and we can't look outside of what we've got in our clubhouse. We just got to keep playing within ourselves and keep doing our thing, and all that stuff will play on its own. And if we keep playing our game, it's all going to fall into pieces, and it's going to work out fine. So.
What's the offensive game plan coming like this week? You guys going to keep 50-50 like you've been, like you said, with the first downs, or is there a special way you have seen that you can on film that you can attack Ball State?
No, we're gonna get the same look, as we did kind of against Buffalo last week, and we're just gonna keep playing our game, and as of right now we haven't really changed anything, and we're just gonna keep playing the same game plan that we've had the past 5 weeks, and it's gonna be another test for us. Like I said, it's gonna be a good game. So.
It's your first game as a homecoming quarterback.
Yeah.
Is there what's the emotional feel like knowing that there's gonna be a lot of alumni on the field coming to watch you guys play this week?
Yeah, that's always exciting. To have those guys come back and to watch us, especially since we're doing well. That's always a plus. And I'm just excited to get it going. But the outside stuff, I can't really let that bother me, and the team won't let that stuff bother them too. So I think it's going to be a good week, and my family's coming in too, so it's always fun to play in front of your family, and like you said, the alumni and all those guys coming back. So it's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
All
problem.
right, just talk about the personnel problems you guys have had on the defense. It seems like you've been like one of the only guys still left back there in that secondary.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It started with Neil going down in the Kent State game, and ever since then it's been something just in the air. People just going down left and right. With X going down, it's one of those freak accidents that happens. I know how he feels. I was out first game last year, so I definitely know how he feels. So it's one of those things that you have to conquer. It's just part of the game. We have to just overcome it.
Okay. Just talk about this. Is it tough building new chemistry with all these new guys coming in there, or does that have an effect on your guys' play?
It's definitely something different. You have to get adjusted to helping other people, because not everybody knows the defense as well as people that have played, more reps. So it's kind of hard, and those reps in the game are totally different than reps in practice. So you have to give people game experience, and that all coincides with everything, with being comfortable with other players and other players knowing where they're supposed to be, knowing where you're going to be at. So it's just one of those things that it's going to take some time. It's going to take reps.
You lead the team in tackles. Is that necessarily a good thing when you're a safety? You're that last line of defense.
I wouldn't say necessarily it's a good thing, but in our scheme, Coach Burrow really likes to use the safeties in the run fit a lot. So it's just one of those things that, it's not a great thing for a safety to be a leader on the team. It's not like I'm in the box and coming down at linebacker a lot, but it's just one of those things that just you gotta have somebody step up. So we'll
just
those roles.
talk about becoming a leader on this team. You obviously got a lot of playing time your freshman year, and just how that's transitioned in your career here.
It's definitely helped. I'm getting more comfortable. I still feel kind of young. It's my second year playing, so I'm still getting used to being the leader and being a vocal leader and helping other players get comfortable with playing and things like that. So it's definitely a learning process that I've been working on and really pushing myself to become a better leader on the field.
Your freshman year versus Ball State, you had a very good game. You had 10 tackles and interception. Is that the kind of thing as a player you think about when you play an opponent, or is it just every game is different?
Every game is different to me. I like to use every game as a different, use something as a different standard that I like to play at. So I go on with an open mind. Whatever happens, happens. I always want to play my best and push my team. Whatever I can do to help my team win, that's what I'll do.
And what are your goals this week as a defense, stopping this Ball State attack?
I think we definitely want to get back to where we were at the beginning of the season with stopping the run and stopping the big plays. I think we've had a lot of big plays these last couple games with the injuries, but I think as more people get reps and more people get comfortable, I think we'll be able to do those things. So I definitely think we want to get back to where we were and continue to pursue our goals in the MAC championship and the bowl game.
Back to the idea of injuries, you were one of those guys. Like last year, it was you and with the injuries. How have you felt this year? Is your rebounded? How have you felt you've been playing? How's it feel to be back out there? All that.
It feels amazing to be back out there. It's one of those things it sucks missing one game, missing a practice. So me missing the whole season was definitely a killer to me. But it's just like the luck of the draw, So it's been amazing. I'm feeling good. I feel like I've put on a little bit of weight since then, so I don't feel like I'm as fast as I was. But my foot definitely feels good, and I've been pretty healthy so far, so I have no complaints.
Back home this week, the defense has played extraordinarily well at home. On the road, not so much. What could you take from that? Has it been the competition on the road, or has it been, just some more mental lapse while you guys go on the road that you think differently?
Yeah, I think it's we kind of get complacent. We know we're a good team. We know we have all the tools, but once you start losing players, key players, it's kind of tough, and you start feeling other players in there. So it's one of those things that we're working on, getting better on the road. We've always been a pretty good road team, and I think we just have to bring that same energy that we bring from home games on the road.
And this home game's especially important. It's homecoming. What's the emotional level like when you come play in front of a bunch of alumni? A lot of families are coming in. What is that emotional level like?
It's definitely a big adrenaline rush when you see the stands and all your fans and all your students based here. It's a fun atmosphere. You know, you have a lot of energy, so it definitely gives you an extra jump once you're playing. So it's a great environment to play in.
All right, thanks, Gerald. Bobcats look to rebound big after their last week's loss to Buffalo to keep their dream alive of making the MAC championship. For Speakeasy Sports, I'm Seth Austin.